Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to show you guys this quad rail upgrade I did to my Palmetto AR-15. I just got this in today and installed it. I got this from AR-15handguard.com. I ordered it last Thursday. I received it today on Wednesday, and this shipped from California. One thing I noticed that's pretty cool, I looked on the package, it looks like the guy shipped this from his house, so he's probably experiencing a coronavirus shutdown, and it looks like he took a bunch of inventory to his house so he can continue to operate. And I'm very appreciative that he was able to do this and get this get this rail out to me. I have a long list of things that I'm trying to buy, and it's just a question of getting to things, and budgeting for things and so forth. So, this was the week, rather last week when I ordered it. Last week was the week that I wanted to order this thing, and I actually I was going to buy it from a different company, but they were shut down. I found this company, AR-15handguard.com. I didn't see any notices that they were shut down or anything, so I placed the order, and I got it today. So really happy about this. If you've got a Palmetto, this is definitely something that you would want to consider. Now, something to be aware of: the front end cap is triangle. Okay, so when you order this, if you're ordering this for your Palmetto, you're ordering it's an 8.75 inch rail, 8.75. A lot of companies will just market it as 9 inches. So it's a 9-inch rail with the triangle end cap on the front. Okay, if you get the circle one, it's not going to fit. Something important for you guys to know: it does add some weight to the gun. I put this on my scale. It is 16 ounces. I put the plastic ones that originally came with it on the scale. These things come out to 8 ounces, so that's a full pound. And basically it's 8 ounces heavier than what was on it before. And the other thing is, because that weight's out front, as soon as I put it on, I could immediately feel a difference, with the way the rifle moves. Again, because I got more weight up front. And over here I have an M4. This one is pulled back a little bit. I upgraded this about a couple of months ago. This one over here, the M4, has the 6.5 inch rail, and this one has the circle end cap. And this one, just because it's the same length, right? It's the same. Well, actually, it looks like the butt slack's a little different. There you go. Butt slack even up. So total length is the same, but you can see that front sight post on the Palmetto is a little bit longer. So basically, this one over here is a little bit shorter, and yeah, this one definitely moves differently. This is a little bit faster when you're coming up, moving from one side to the other. But the thing is with this, because this is a 6.5 inch rail, you've got less real estate to put stuff on. The reason why, first of all, I needed a rail is because, I do night shooting, and now I have I have another rifle that I prefer to use for my night shooting, or I have it set up for permanent night shooting. And on that one, I have the light on the right side and a pressure pad on top. Okay, on this one, which I just want to temporarily or occasionally mount the light. With this one over here, this is nice because this Streamlight light has a crush washer. So you can actually just when you turn this, it crushes down on the crush washer, and it gets it pretty tight, so you can get it in and out pretty quickly. And for this, I just use my thumb. Use my thumb to activate it, and then I can quickly take it off. The only thing is, when you mount on this side, it can sometimes interfere with your sling, right? If you have your sling on this side, so that's one of the reasons sometimes I'll move this further back a little bit. So it's not interfering with the sling. So that's one of the things I have to, when I'm setting this up with a sling, if I'm doing it temporarily, I just have to make sure it doesn't interfere with the sling. But on a rifle where I know the light's going to be on there permanently, what I like to do is I like to get this off. Instead of it being on the left side, I put it on the right side, and because it's on the right side now, I put a pressure pad on top so I can activate it. Now, here's the thing: when I do it on this rail over here, because this is the 6.5 inch rail, You know, if I put a light on the right side, pressure pad on top, basically that's all the space you have. You can't mount an IR illuminator or anything in front of your pressure pad, so you gotta basically, you know, configure that differently. You gotta maybe put the pressure pad on the left side over here, you know, and then you gotta decide if that's what you really want it. So you know, but that's the issue with the 6.5-inch rail. With the 9-inch rail, you know, I would have, you know, I could put the light on the right side, pressure pad for the light goes back here, and I still have plenty of room up here to mount an IR illuminator if that's what I want to do. And you can put a handguard down here. I mean, I really don't mess with handguards. I find that they get in my way more than anything, especially if I'm trying to rest you know, if I'm trying to rest the gun on a bag or something. So I usually don't use the vertical grips. That's what I meant to say. I don't use the vertical grips on guns, but I could mount it over here. So that's one of the great things about handguards, or quad rails rather. They give you options. Okay. The bad thing is that it does add a little bit of weight. I really didn't see that much. I didn't feel the weight difference on this one when I went from plastic to quad rail, just because this was a shorter 6.5-inch rail. But on the 9-inch rail, when I went from the plastic handguards to the aluminum quad rail, yeah, I could feel the difference. But you know, this is one of those places where I think it's worth, you know, it's worth the wait, because you just have so many options. And the other cool thing is that it's easy to go back to the plastic if you want to. Basically, you just pull this ring back here back, and you know, and the plastic. That's how I got the plastic out. You pull it back, you pull the plastic out, you pop the rails in. Now there's 4 screws in here that you have to screw in, and that makes. I mean, this thing doesn't have any movement on it. I mean, obviously you want to put your scope back here on top of your, you know, on your top receiver. But if for whatever reason you needed to mount the scope on here, you know, some type of a laser or whatever, some type of aiming device, this doesn't move. I mean, this will definitely hold zero. When you're putting the screws in, try to avoid. Don't use Loctite, because Loctite is not heat resistant. You know, heat can loosen up Loctite. You know, you want to use a thread locker that's heat resistant. I've ordered a bunch of rails from Midwest in the past, and Midwest gives you a thread locker. It doesn't say the name on it, but presumably, you know, I would expect that it's heat resistant, since you're buying a rail from them, and Midwest is a great company. You know, I don't see them cutting corners, so that's why, you know, I have all these extra thread lockers from Midwest. So that's what I use to lock those screws into place. And you definitely want to put some type of thread locker on the screws, because over time, you know, all they do is just screw in. So over time, yeah, they'll definitely loosen up. So that's today's upgrade. Right now, I'm not chewing this rifle today because, you know, I'm gonna let it sit overnight and let the thread locker, you know, dry up. I mean, it's probably dry by now anyway, but I'll just shoot some other gun. But again, I ordered this from AR-15 handguard.com, and I can definitely tell you that they are shipping, you know, through the coronavirus season, whatever you want to call it. You know, so far I'm loving this. I mean, it's kind of hard to screw this up. You know, it's an aluminum rail, so, you know, for $42, you know, I'm pretty happy with it. If you guys have any questions, comments, feedback, put in the comment section. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.